Cowboy, plugging the fish. I need music. Review number 4, A Town Called Panic, 2009. It's a Belgian film. Stop motion animation. It's only an hour long. It's streaming on Netflix. Watch it. That's the end review. No, it's not. A Town Called Panic is a mini-series of mayhem squashed into an hour. A Town Called Panic is more ridiculous than a bag of blue gerbils. I just had a coffee, by the way, and I'm more wired than a spaghetti tree. So if that bothers you, I am sorry. Not really. I take that back. I'm not sorry. Why should I be? Anyway, let me try to, it might be impossible, but I'm going to try to explain to you what happens in this movie. The three main characters are Indian, horse, and cowboy. They live in a house together. It's horse's birthday. Cowboy and Indian want to get him a gift. They decide to build him a barbecue, so they order some bricks. They need 50 bricks, but they accidentally order 50 million bricks. So they build, so all the bricks come, they build them a barbecue, and they put all the rest of the bricks on top of the house. Then they have a party for the horse and everything, and the bricks squash the house. So they try to rebuild the house with all the bricks, but somebody steals the house. So they rebuild again. Somebody steals the house again. They rebuild again. This time they're gonna trap the thief, and it's like a creature from the Black Lagoon water person thingy, and they track it down, and they think it runs into this house. So they ring the doorbell, and the bear answers, and he chases Indian off. Then horse and cowboy, they go inside, and then they fall down a trap door, and then they fall all the way down to hell, almost. But they stop. Then they start climbing back up, and there's a hole, and then they crawl through the hole, and they come out of an igloo, and there's a bunch of snow everywhere, and they see tracks, and it's the tracks of the person who stole their houses. So they follow the tracks, and then there's this giant robotic penguin. The giant robotic penguin scoops them up, and then they see the guy who stole their house, so they chase him, and then they run into these three scientists to beat the crap out of them and force them to do their work. And the scientists live in this giant penguin that hurls snowballs at deers and stuff. The penguin, robotic penguin, it runs over a woolly mammoth, and woolly mammoth gets pissed off and it starts headbutting the penguin. Well, the scientists come out and they beat the crap out of him. They beat the crap out of the woolly mammoth, and they all see their chance. This is our chance, and then they get scooped up, and they're gonna hurl themselves back home. But the water creature guy, he points it towards the ocean, so they get launched towards the ocean. Then the snowball melts, and then they sink. And then they say, "Hey, that's our house," and it's upside down, and that's where the water people live. And they go in there, and they're like, "Hey, give us our house back." And then they trick them, and then they have to run away. Then they go to this shop, and they get a pearl fountain, a pearl fountain thingy. And they put it up, and it's like snowing, and they pretend to be Santa Claus, and they trap them in a hole. Then they get their house back, but it breaks crap. So then the water people start chasing them, like, "Hey, you destroyed our house." And then they chase them out of the pond, which is in the neighbor's house. So they're back where they live, sort of. And then they pile a bunch of bricks on top. But then the water people come out of the faucet, and then they take over their neighbor's house, who's a farmer. And then they start having a war. So they start throwing pigs into the house, trying to get the water people out. And then, so the water people build a fence around the house. And then that doesn't work, so they start launching cows in. The bricks they piled up on top of the pond, they fall in, and then the whole place floods. And then it's a year later, and everything's rebuilt, and that makes sense, right? Good. This movie is awesome. If you like surrealism, if you like frantic silliness, it's awesome. Check it out. It's only an hour. It's an hour, and it's streaming on Netflix. Come on. But you have no excuse not to watch this. Watch the movie. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it.